Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay, and welcome back to this ZOTAC series. Even though I really look forward to casting this series, or cup, I don't know, I just haven't been uploading that frequently. Hold on, frames are kind of capped at 30. So yeah, basically I uploaded game 1, then I figured, well, game 2 and game 3 kinda obsolete now. So I'm just recasting again. On top left we have DkH.Rain, who's going to be spawning as the dark green undead player. And on top right we have IAM.ZhouXixi spawning as the blue night elf player. And I forgot who won game 1. That's a very good question, really, it is. I don't know. Someone won game 1, but that's not really helping. What I noticed right off the bat is that we are probably gonna go for a ghoul opening once again. I mean, undead players have been doing it a lot recently, and I guess I don't know what spurred the change. Usually undead players seemed alright to go just DK alone with that Rod Necromancy, but nowadays they seem to be opening up with the ghoul strategy almost certainly, and yep, that has been a thing of late. We do see that Altar of Elders is currently late as well, and Shishi is placing his buildings a little weird. I mean, the way the reasoning I say that is because these moon walls in particular are built a little bit too away from his main structures, and this possibly could mean that Shishi wants to make this entire area his territory, and by doing that he's establishing like a reinforcing building like these moon walls. Not sure if it's really worth doing, because it's pretty much gonna make certain points of the entrance, I guess, vulnerable. And like over there, the late Altar of Elders will mean a tavern hero instead, as the tavern actually requires a little bit more time than the normal heroes, and we have a Dark Ranger out for Shishi. And I mean, he might be going for an Archer's theme right there. Just, I don't know, but can't really see how else that Dark Ranger would actually affect. I mean, Dark Ranger with Black Arrows at level 1, it looks like he is going to send those skeletons out wave by wave. After, like, you know, every creep camp he's just wiped out, he's going to send those skeletons to go and harass his opponent. And as you can see right over here, we're going to have potentially 6 skeletons moving on into Rain's main base. Meanwhile, the DK will reach level 2, and he is going to have a Talisman of Evasion available as well. Now we are going for a reasonably early graveyard, you know, comparing last time, I guess. Either way, the skeletons are going to be destroyed. It's going to indicate, or at least hint, to Rain what Shishi may have in store. I mean, I'm not sure if he even spotted that Dark Ranger before, but after seeing those dark minions, it's kind of obvious now. And of course, a Ring of Generation is going to be picked up, Circle of Nobility as well, and this orange creep cap is going to be destroyed. I believe in game 1 Shishi did try to go for an early expansion as well, so we might be seeing that coming in again. But it's going to be rather risky, as, you know, Rain does have those skeletons available for scouting out, and as we can see, 2 more skeletons are being popped out. Okay, graveyard has been completed. We are going to start transitioning into crypt fiends. Ghouls are, or at least lumber won't be a problem this time. We do have a wisp still, I guess, sticking around in Rain's base. Will be able to attach itself to the tree and harvest lumber. There we go, the biggest of them all, the normal dark minion, is not going to be bothered with because I believe ZhouXixi did go for a control click on those lesser minions, and probably not going to do anything with that dark minion. However, the skeleton will be able to spot this upcoming tree of life, and if ZhouXixi can't defend that, he will be forced to to cancel that one. Death Coil on that archer will be able to kill her. We also have a Dark Ranger out for Rain as well, so interesting choice once again, in my opinion. Not sure how much that Dark Ranger would be hindered if she was silenced, nor do I see the potential of those skeletons, but I mean compared to a Lich at the second hero, but well. Meanwhile, we have an Ancient of Wonders under construction. We have a Hunter's Hall being completed, and trees, Ancient of Lore being built. Okay, we have 2 Shadow Priests, a Berserker, and a couple of Archers for ZhouXixi. Rain just has way too many units than his opponent. Let's look at the food supply actually. It is going to be 34 versus 36. But we are not counting Rain's skeletons. I don't believe ZhouXixi has the skeletons of his own, and we have a panda coming out for ZhouXixi. And it looks like the Troll Berserker is going to be the main target for both players. Death Coil and the Troll Berserker will be taken down from those crypt fiends. This Dark Ranger not being dealt with at all as the DK is being chased around. This Moonwell is going to be destroyed from those skeletons and ghouls. And Rain looks, actually, he looks rather dominant. I mean, this is not even his entire army and he's fending off ZhouXixi. Meanwhile, ZhouXixi's archers they just can't do anything against those ghouls. They're just so numerous and as well powerful themselves. ZhouXixi's just being chased around all the time, and hell, Rain might just even spend some mana on the damage front. Dark Ranger is at level 3, but I'm not sure how much that's going to affect things. If she can't get any kills off on those ghouls, those skeletons just won't be able to pop up. Rain needs to be careful with his DK. Who knows, maybe ZhouXixi might resort to just focus firing that DK to force the TB scroll. Moonwells have no mana in them, so it's going to be a very difficult fight, especially since daytime has been struck just recently. Abolish Magic is going to be used to take down a skeleton. And here we go right here. Dark Ranger is being quickly DPS'd. Breath of Fire as well. Black Arrows. Oh, never mind. Death Coil going to heal that Dark Ranger back up. Crypt Fiend is going to be Burrows. So Burrows being an option for Rain. We'll be able to prevent those Crypt Fiends from dying, and we probably will have another Burrow right there. DK is currently out of mana, so he is quickly being focused and will probably be forced to use that TB scroll. This Crypt Fiend is looking to be killed. Dark Minion right there, but the rest of rest of Rain's army is going to live, and
a player's forces are under attack.
To be honest, not a fair exchange at all. Rain just lost himself, I believe, a Crypt Fiend. I'm not sure where the ghouls went. I'm wondering if these were the same ghouls or were they just taken down before, but I don't remember. I mean, if they did, then we should have been seeing more skeletons than we have. Dryads are going to be popped into ZhouXixi's army, and are we just one ancient? Apparently it's just one Ancient of Lore popping out those Dryads. Panda has been revived, and I don't know if this is going to work for ZhouXixi still. Something was sold, but it's probably of no importance as it was most likely a charged item.
A town is under siege.
Okay, we have a slaughterhouse available for Rain. He does have 2 statues out. The statue, I'm not sure what it's doing. And it looks like ZhouXixi is going to take this orange creep camp out, and if he can get a good item from this Ogre Magi, who knows how much it will affect this game. Of course, level 4 will also be gained on that Dark Ranger. And Rain is just staying in his base. Lich is going to be the 3rd hero of choice for Rain, and we'll get that Orb of Corruption. Level 2 also gained for that Panda, and we have a clause of attack +6 being picked up from that Ogre Magi. So it doesn't really offer much utility in this game. It's just flat out damage increase. So I'm not sure how much that would be a benefactor for ZhouXixi. He does have tons of skeletons, but I believe most of them will be unsummoned very soon. And here we go with this engagement. Rain's DK is currently running around. Now he's going to deal with those Dryads. One Dryad will be taking down Breath of Fire. Not dealing as much damage as I would have thought. It's only a level 1 Breath of Fire either way, so it doesn't really do that much damage. Silence is casted on that Dark Ranger, so she can't cast the black arrows at all. Frost Nova on that Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger can't really be death cooled, so that's a benefit for using a Dark Ranger against a DK. Okay, I think Rain's just going to turn around and go after that expansion, which has been completed, but is not being mined off. And are we in tier 3 as well? We are indeed in tier 3, that's why there is a Lich. Wow, I'm so stupid. So we probably could have destroyers if bears actually be added to this army mix, which I'm not sure if ZhouXixi's going to do that, and whether or not that's a good choice. I don't know. Night Elf has pretty much been weak from the start, so I can't really suggest or recommend units to go up against this type of army composition, which is kind of the standard, you know, Grip Fiend, Destroyer, statues, just added with a couple of ghouls. And Frost Nova is going to be casted on that Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger has reduced armor, so she's going to take additional damage if she actually does. But it looks like the army is just going to be demolished instead. We do have an invulnerability potion on that Panda and will be used, but I mean, this is exactly why the statues is so good against the Panda. Breath of Fire may do a lot of AoE damage, but that AoE damage will be kind of fixed for that AoE heal on those statues. And we'll have another Dryad being taken out. The food supply is currently 38 versus 49, but pretty much the majority of ZhouXixi's army is, I mean, it's Dryads. Not sure how much Dryads can actually fare against Crypt Fiends, as Crypt Fiends are pretty much superior in damage and in health. There we go with a Frost Nova on that Panda. Panda does have Ring of Generation. Will be able to run away with 50 health. This Troll Berserker will be taken down though, and level 2 is on that Lich. And we're gonna have the Dark Ritual on that Crypt Fiend to deny its death, or deny its kill. I mean, he gets taken out either way. This Moonwell is gonna be destroyed, putting ZhouXixi upside down in food supply, and level 3 on that Dark Ranger. So Deathcore is gonna heal that Destroy back up, as it was focused down by those Dryads. This Ogre Mola looks to be killed, and a Dark Minion will be spawning from that. Panda is regenerating himself fairly nicely, and I don't know, he might be able to fend off this attack for a few more minutes, or a few more seconds at least, a minute at most. Primarily because ZhouXixi's just not getting those units out in time, and eventually he will lose those units. And of course his base. By the way, Pain is... not Pain. What was I thinking? Rain is still on the offensive. Panda needs to be careful, is going to hide at the back of the base, and is... okay, he's going to start combating that DK. DK does still have that Talisman of Evasion, so probably has been very helpful in his cause. Detonation on those heroes, and a Breath of Fire is going to be coming in. ZhouXixi is going to lose himself at Trouble Berserker once again, but the Dark Ranger is quickly being focused, but the Death Coil will be able to do that, and of course the TP Scroll is going to be used on that Lich. So that was kind of a very good mentality from ZhouXixi actually. He quickly focused down that Ranger, which in herself is very easy to focus down. I mean, compared to that DK. And then when the DK wasted his Death Coil, he went for an even more squishier target, which was the Lich, and of course was forced to use that TP Scroll. Nevertheless, Rain just impulsively buys that TP Scroll again, as he is sitting on a lot of gold and as well as a lot of lumber. And he's making Abomination as well, so resources put to good use. We have a Shade in the battlefield, so we will be able to see if ZhouXixi is going to take that expansion once again, or just keep track of that Night Elf army, and of course pick it off if it's in a bad position. This in itself might be in a bad position. This Ogre Mauler could easily be picked off. Will we have Frost Nova? I'm not sure. I mean, not for the damage only, but as well as they're slow, but we're not going to have that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, so Rain is going to clear out this green creep camp, not only for experience, but as well as to use those corpses and get out skeletons, which I'm actually confused about. Why is there only 2 skeletons on a 4-man creep camp? Unless did the Ranger really just not attack? I'm not sure. Either way, Rain's Crypt Fiend is going to be intercepted. So many Dryads, and the Crypt Fiend will be able to live on actually. Nope, they will go to the Sentry Ward and taking him down. Level 3 is on that Panda, so we most likely have level 2 Breath of Fire. Sacrificial Skull is being focused down. Not sure if that's the best building to go after, especially since you should know a Shade's already been produced. TP's coming, going to be coming in. Abomination as well. To be honest, I think ZhouXixi could have actually taken down a vital building. Maybe a slaughterhouse, maybe a ziggurat, but he went for that Sacrificial Skull, which is currently not in use. We also have a Necropolis being placed down over here, as well as a Haunted Gold Mine, so Rain is taking advantage of this map control. Obviously the Blight's going to be spotted from ZhouXixi, but Rain is not going to care. Oh, apparently we had a half TP, half split. So this half split is currently being focused down by ZhouXixi, though. Invulnerability Potion is going to be on that Lich, and Death Coil is going to heal him back up. But there's that mentality once again. After you go after that Lich and force a Death Coil, we're going to go after that Dark Ranger. However, that's not going to be the case right now. Dryads are going to slowly die. And this is not looking good. We can have more destroyers in the air, but that's going to be GG from ZhouXixi, and that is going to be game. I still don't remember who won game 1, so I'm going to check if there is a game 3. If there is, then yeah, I'll cast that right away.